What's your favorite scary movie?
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
They're here.
Welcome, victims, to the Horr-Gasm podcast. Kill the lights, lock the doors, get comfy, and prepare for the sexiest and scariest podcast around. I'm Nick, and with me as always is my co-host, Ali.
New audio, who dis?
Yeah, we finally got things figured out.
Fine. Well, we're working on it.
Yeah.
This one will be a little bit different, and hopefully the next one will have everything completely figured out.
Yes.
Because I think, yeah.
And also, new opening.
New opening! Exciting.
I've been, as much as people who don't know, that was my voice behind the original Welcome to the Horr-Gasm podcast.
Right.
The growly, my Dr. Claw voice. Yep. It was good beginning, but you know what? I just got tired of it.
Yeah.
When we redid the intro,
yes.
I'm like, we got to do the opening theme as well. We got to change that up.
I'm totally going to miss it a little bit, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and we got a few different versions, so...
Yeah. So we can...
I honestly, it came down to I couldn't pick between two different quotes. And I'm like, I went to you for advice, went to Tim for advice.
Yeah.
And I said, screw it, we'll just have multiple openings.
Exactly.
You'll never know which one until you listen to the podcast.
Exactly. Which is kind of fun.
Yes.
Keep everybody on their toes.
And when I asked him, he's like, where's Freddy?
Yes.
There's no Freddy quote. I'm like, well, he doesn't have many memorable...
Right.
There's a few.
Yeah.
And I was looking up, there's two will work. But the one, the Welcome to Primetime Bitch, has been edited poorly.
Well, and I think there's also so much going on in that scene when you originally see it.
Yeah, because you got the girl screaming, got the kind of the background static from the TV.
Right.
And you don't hear a fully well-said welcome.
Right.
It's like they cut off well.
And
it's like, come to prime time, bitch, smash. And I'm so torn between using that or not.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound good enough, in my opinion. I want this to be really good.
Totally.
I'm sure, hopefully, my audio is still really good.
Right.
Because a lot of people were I don't say complaining, but they were saying, they were giving us some feedback how I'm too quiet.
Right.
And I have a very deep voice, and I thought we kind of had things figured out. We thought it was the mic. We got a new mic.
Yeah.
I tried talking louder. I was closer. I was like basically kissing the mic.
Yes.
Yeah. And then just today, you sent me a text last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay home this weekend. We're going to get this figured out.
Because I go away literally every weekend because summer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We don't get many summers here in Saskatchewan, so.
I did some little research on YouTube, and I thought I figured it out. I did. We're just missing a part.
Yeah. Which, like we've talked about in our very first episode 0, we talked about how, honestly, neither of us have done anything like this before. So, trying to figure out how to do anything is kind of a struggle. Just because they use words that are not familiar, that nobody would have any idea what they mean.
Yeah.
So, just as somebody who's never worked with audio before, so when we started working through it, it's like, okay, we did okay, but, one of our favorite people to listen to on YouTube is the Game Grumps.
Yes.
And Aaron is the owner, founder, whatever of Game Grumps. And he said, the number one thing he wanted to work on was audio. And he's like, I wanted that to set us apart. And I was like, man, we got to work on our audio a bit more. So here we are.
To our, well, I don't know if I'd say what's rough against us is we're doing this ourselves.
Totally.
We have no one to edit. We edit ourselves.
Yeah.
It's all us.
Yes, exactly.
We have the whole Libsyn account thing that helps broadcast and distribute our episodes.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone in radio or anything that can say, Nick, you're doing your whole ass backwards. You gotta do it this way. I don't have that guy.
Exactly.
You don't have that person.
Right.
And as much as this is our money we're putting into. We have no sponsors. We have a very, I think our fan base is growing.
Yeah, totally.
We have friends who listen who are diehard listeners, thankfully.
Yes. Yay.
And to our listeners, our victims, we love you. Thank you.
Yay.
I always kind of check Libsyn and check our downloads.
Yes.
And yeah, like our highest was around like 79 in one day.
Yes. Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah, like we have a pretty dedicated group of people who follow and download and, listen, and that's nice. It's nice to have, people who wait every week to hear your voice. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And it gives us something to do on the weekdays.
And this is a hobby. We're not getting paid. We're not making enough downloads or anyone to really
exactly
get some monetary compensation for it yet. Hoping that big break. We had that one kind of scammy email thing. Because some of the Facebook pages I follow, someone brought out, we have this college radio, we want to broadcast get some advertising for your podcasts. Pay us $300 and we'll do it. I'm like,
it's
how it works, but
yeah, I don't feel like advertising yet. Maybe one day we'll get to the point. But every once in a while I'll throw a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad, but
yeah, we just really got to work on our social media.
Exactly, I know. I'm horrible at social media, and I try to keep up our Instagram page, but with everything that's been happening in the world, I kind of let it slide because platforms and stuff.
But also, we're a good distraction.
Sure.
From the Backstreet Boys tour.
For sure, yeah. It's and what I like to watch horror movies even when all this stuff is going on in the world because it's kind of it could be worse.
Yeah.
Really.
Zombies.
Yeah, zombies. Oh my gosh, zombies.
Zombie month.
Zombie month. Yeah, we chose a weirdly accurate month to do zombie month.
Yeah, well, year.
Year. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, I should get this is the worst year I've ever lived in shirt that's distributed by the AEW Pro Wrestling Tees SCU.
Oh my gosh!
They're the one of their gimmicks.
You just said a lot of acronyms.
Yeah, that's the thing. One of their gimmicks is they go to every town. They say this is the worst town I've ever been in.
Oh my god!
And that's every town except for Southern California SCU.
Oh.
Their group name is Southern California Uncensored. SCU.
Oh, okay, I see.
And that's their big thing. It's funny. It's whatever.
Sure.
And they came with a shirt. This is the worst year I've ever lived in. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, for real though.
Exactly right.
It is. This is one of those years where you're going to be you're going to tell your kids about, or your grandkids
I
be like,
survived the year 2020.
Trump was president, Kanye tried to be president, pandemic and racism was a thing, oh my god.
Oh,
the world's imploding, and then we somehow came out in the head.
And it's like every month there's something different. And
I know!
And you sent me that text of Jeepers Creepers.
Yes!
Where every 23 years the creeper comes back, and he's back this year.
This is the year, you guys. So
Watch for the creeper.
Yeah, hide your eyes and your other body parts.
There was talk of doing another one, but sadly the whole director is
right.
A little pedo kind of yucky stuff there.
Blech.
Yeah.
Blech, blech,
but a lot of people because of that they're like, it's a terrible movie. I can't.
Who is the director? I don't even know.
I forget his name. I don't want to give him too much.
Yeah,
here.
no kidding.
But I like to separate the movie from the director because it's a good horror movie. It's a good horror series. Just because some creeper guy directed the movie, he's attached, yes, but the movie shouldn't suffer from his fuck-ups.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel both way about it. I understand what you're saying, but I also, don't want him to profit any more off of it. If,
download
need be. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying illegally download it. That's not at all what I'm saying.
I kind of am.
Totally.
But that's up to the view.
I'm winking. Oh, right. You guys can't see me winking. Right. Don't. Yeah, it's the same thing with Rosemary's Baby. Like, it's such a good movie, and I watched it as soon as it came on Shudder, and then I felt like guilty, and I was like, but it's the same way I feel about like listening to R. Kelly's music. Like, I won't download his music anymore because he's gross. But like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Like it's hard because you don't want them to
Mad
profit.
TV made so much fun of him.
I mean, hasn't everybody?
Yeah.
Hasn't everybody kind of had a thing?
And also, I was going to show you this after. I think I was showing it to you before. Mad TV did an old zombie spoof.
Oh.
Night of the Terribly Proper Dead.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yes.
I have definitely seen it, yeah.
And it almost takes the movie song, The Return of the Living Dead,
yeah,
and made it British and polite and funny, like Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
And Zombies, which actually is a movie.
It is.
Why didn't we pick this for Zombie Month?
Isn't Lily James in it? Like, there's famous people in that movie.
But whatever. But it's just
I love Pride and Prejudice. I love zombies.
It's just a funny take. And it's Mad TV, so it's like Saturday Night Live, but light.
Speaking of like kind of spoofs, did you ever see like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter or whatever?
No.
It was good.
But,
and I would never like openly admit it, even though I just openly admitted it to like thousands of people. But like, I actually really liked it. Like, I watched it, I was like, you know what? This ain't bad. Like, I've watched worse movies.
It's funny how this happened to start. This was starting years ago.
Yeah.
You get the main big blockbuster movie.
Right.
A month after, or maybe a week or so after, you get the B movie direct-to-video knockoff. Okay. Because with Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, there was Abraham Lincoln Zombie Killer.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
And, like, they did it over and over. There was Alien vs. Hunter, the spoof of Alien vs. Predator.
Right.
There was Titanic 2.
Yep.
It's funny how that works.
Okay.
How they file the script, take it, and they, instead of throwing millions, they throw thousands.
Yes. Yes.
at the movie, and they have no-name actors, actresses. The effects are terrible. Like Sharknado.
Oh, you know what? It's funny that you say that because I was reading some of the IMDb pages of some of the people that were in this movie, and it was the girl who played like the main character who like the main girl character.
Tina.
Yeah, Tina. Yes, and she's in like Sharknado ripoffs, and I was like, oh no.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Her name doesn't like. I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Yes.
And it's Beverly Randolph.
Yes.
She doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
Yep. Like, looking through some of the, other than the, like, guy who played, what was the main guy's name? Ken?
Sure.
Tim? Whatever. Kenny, yeah. He played Tommy in one of the Friday the 13th, and that's, like, the only person who did anything of note after.
Yeah.
Other than additional demon background guy, number 2.
Well, there's also Barbara Linnea Quigley, who plays Trash.
Right.
She gained Scream Queen status.
Oh, okay.
She's starred in a number of low-budget films that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Creepazoids, Emmer Sisters, Sorority Babies in the Slimeball Bolorama. That just sounds fun.
Like, lots of them,
Night of Demons, Witch Trap.
Like, lots of them stuck to horror movies, but none of them did anything, like, big. You know what I mean? Like, they were all kind of, I don't know, lower budget.
Yeah. Oh, she was, Oh, never mind. She was not in... She was not in... Sorry. I thought she was on Nightmare on Elm Street. She was not.
No.
She was proposed to, though, on the set of number 4.
Oh. She was, like, with one of the actors in it?
Special effects artist Steve Johnson.
Oh.
Aw.
Cute. Adorable. Very nice.
But yeah, so since we're getting into the movie, let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Return of the Living Dead.
I love it. Let's do it. we watched The Return of the Living Dead. It's a 1985 movie, and it's actually classified as a comedy horror.
Yeah.
Which
That's
totally makes sense.
It does.
And it was directed by Dan O'Bannon and written by Rudy Ricci, Johnny Russo, and Russell Striner.
And Dan O'Bannon.
Dan O'Bannon was
the
the screenplay. Yeah.
So we got the guy who wrote Alien.
Yeah.
Do a zombie film too.
Which is interesting.
It is. It is.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I felt about this movie. It's like, I didn't not enjoy it. Like, it was fun, but it didn't feel super horror-y to me.
It had the gore part.
Okay, yeah. But very few and far between, though.
Yeah. But it's zombies.
Right.
Zombies are horror.
Right.
It's not Evil Dead 2 or even 3.
For sure.
Comedy horror.
Right.
This is a horror comedy.
Yes.
It's in the 80s, so it's got the more slapstick kind of feel to it.
Yes.
But yeah, it's got comedy spots.
Sure.
And I think this has a record for the most nudity in a horror movie.
Well, there was one girl who just like trash. She got naked within the first, 20 minutes.
Yeah, 15.
And never put clothes back on, even as a zombie.
She kept trying to.
Yeah.
Twice. First time she ran from the rain.
Yeah.
Her shirt got stuck in her branch. She just kept running. And then with Tarman, they're running away.
Yeah, she grabbed the sheet.
A sheet around her, and he gets pulled away, and you see her bum the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Bum and boobs.
There you go.
When I first saw this, which was years ago, I thought that when she was naked, that she was fully naked, because she is full frontal.
Yeah.
After we did trivia, I then found out that she had a little cup placed over her snooch to hide.
To hide her decency?
Yes.
Well, she looked very Barbie doll-esque when she's doing her little dance on the crypt.
Yeah.
I was like, that's very not what a vagina looks like.
Well, and to go behind the scenes and some trivia, when they first filmed the scene, they had the producers come by that day and said, "Oh my God, we can't show pubic hair on theaters and TV. Have her shave it off." So she went and she had herself shaved and waxed, and she said that was the most embarrassing thing of the whole movie, just that. And came back and did the scene again, and we can see everything now. This is worse.
Oh no!
Fix it. So they took her to prosthetics and the makeup, and they built a little it's like a piece they have put on that covers her up.
Yes.
And she's just like a Barbie.
Yeah. She does.
No, nothing. Just
she legitimately looks like a Barbie.
And yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. That's if you want to go basically commando in dresses and stuff, they have a little thing that you can pop on that just kind of.
Seen?
Yes.
It's like a thong, but there's no top part. It's
exactly. You just kind of
slide it up.
Yep.
And
it just stays there.
Keep your butt clenched, and it's not.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know if these people have ever seen a women's body. Ooh. A woman's body before, or how it stays in, or if there's tape involved. I don't know. But it sounds horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know.
Right? I know. I'm just, trying to
Huh.
think about the logistics of it. But
I guess it works for some women.
yeah, there you go. I mean, obviously, I'm on the red carpet all the time, so I would know.
It just clips into place. It's magnets.
Yeah. Oh my God!
So where did you hear about this movie, Alana? First time you heard about The Return to the Living Dead?
About this time last week when we said next week we're watching Night of the Living Dead. I swear to God, I'm a very unexciting person. Zombie movies have never done it for me. I don't know why. And this one, it's fine, but I don't know.
See, I picked this one.
Yes.
Because it changes the whole narrative. This one was.
Yes.
This brought in the kind of the fast zombies.
Yeah.
This brought in the zombies who can talk, who can think, who can not so much reason, but can actually operate stuff.
And I think that's what's throwing me off.
And the whole brains thing,
right.
This was they stepped away from George Romero's vision and his plan of zombies,
Yes.
and just
Which is like the slow lumbering ones, you mean?
yes,
Okay.
and made him quick, and made him more just eat brains.
Yes.
And this movie explains why.
Yeah, I
100%,
did like
which
that part.
I like.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that during a review. When I first saw this, it was
Yes.
way back again, VHS days. We go look at the theater, go to the video store and snoop around. I'd snoop over to the horror section, flip through, and this one always came up because you had the very visual cover. We got three
Yeah.
zombies kind of around this gravestone. Night they're trying to living dead, and on the back had Tarmac. And you're like, what the heck is that thing? And he really became the poster child of these movies.
Which is interesting.
Because there's 4 sequels after this.
Yes.
Two were kind of in continuity around the same time, and then 2 more came on like TV movies after.
Okay.
With no Tarmac.
So was the immediate 2 following this?
Close enough. I don't know if they're immediate.
Immediate-ish.
Yeah.
Like within a decade.
Give me a second, I can...
Okay. Yeah, because like I was saying before we were kind of, like we said, mucking with the audio before this. But like he was fine. Like he's interesting. But I don't know. I wouldn't make a whole movie about him, but I mean it's honestly, how could anybody else survive? Like I'm not really surprised with kind of how they did it.
Yeah.
But it's too bad that they didn't have any of the other actors come back for the movies, the follow-up ones, just because, I don't know. It was interesting. You kind of get invested in the characters. But, yeah, some of the acting in this was a little interesting, I think is the word I'll use. It was just a little, like, I understand it's supposed to be a comedy, and you're supposed to overact and whatnot, but it's, yeah, it was something. It was definitely something.
Yeah, so...
Uh-huh.
Part 2 is released 1988.
Okay.
Part 3, 93.
Yes, okay.
And then the last 2 were 2005 and 2005.
Ah, there you go. Just like bang them out, I guess, in the same year.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay. Have you seen the other ones?
No.
Oh.
I have not.
None
I've
of
seen
them.
some clips, but just of Tarman.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy. They kind of keep this whole lore that you can't kill them unless you basically incinerate them.
Okay. And that causes more problems.
Yes, because that creates more zombies.
Right. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if I love it, though. Like, only because, when you watch a movie, you want to be able to defeat the bad guy. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know.
But it kind of makes sense, because how their dead bodies are reanimated. How do you kill something that's already dead?
Right. But, like, obviously, and this is the thing where, like, if you get into it too much and you think too much, like, Alana's just a fucking zombie, like, stop. But when you think about it, they're talking, they're walking, there's some sort of signal in their brain is firing to make them able to do this. So when you damage that, it should damage their ability to continue to do those things, right? Hypothetically.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, is that, like, there's some sort of reason. And again, this is zombies. It doesn't make any sense. But when you damage, like, the main thing, it should cease producing
the signals.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's, like, what I thought Walking Dead did really well, is that, like, when you cut off a limb, well, that limb is no longer connected to the body, so it's not going to, like, start moving around.
With this, you cut off an arm, it still moves around.
Exactly. But how?
You decapit one, like, it still moves around. It's a movie.
Exactly.
He was a wizard.
Yeah, just movie magic, guys. Don't worry about it.
Let's go through the characters.
Yay.
There's a few in this one.
Yeah, there's not that many. It's a very, very small cast. But, like, other than, like, Zombie 1, Zombie 2, you know what I mean? Like, if you got into that, it would be long. But very, very few people talk.
Yeah.
We have, like, 2 core groups of people. Yay! Characters.
So start with Clu Gulager. That's a new last name. He plays Bert Wilson.
Bert, hooray!
James Karen.
He was so good. I think Bert is the best character in this whole movie.
Yeah, I was kind of a dick at first. It almost seemed like the villain.
Oh, he's a dick the whole time.
But he tries to kind of to protect his business and everything. He's a little shady.
Yeah, I agree.
James Karen plays Frank Johnson.
Frank is the other one. He's the crematorium or whatever the...
Nope.
Nope, Frank is the worker.
Yes.
Yes, Frank and Kenny are the two workers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don Calfer as Ernie Kaltenbrunner.
Ernie is the one that's
Ernie,
got...
yeah.
He was so good, too. He's so creepy. Like, when you first see him, you're like, is this guy friend or foe? But, yeah.
Yeah. Tom Matthews as Freddie Hascom.
Uh-huh.
Beverly Randolph as Tina. She plays kind of like the girly girl, schoolgirl.
Why is she hanging out with all the goths, too?
Because they're cool. And she's her and Freddie got a thing going, and Freddie's friends with them.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's my logic.
So maybe Freddie dresses differently when he's not at a job, obviously. Hey? Yeah. Because he's got, like, the fuck you jacket, but...
Which they had to change the jacket out for the TV version.
Really?
He wore 2 different jackets, so he pretty much... Every scene he's in with the jackets, they filmed twice.
Really?
You have to.
So what did the other jacket say? Just nothing?
I think like TV version or something.
His jacket said that?
I'll double check here.
Interesting.
It's in the trivia.
Oh, okay.
Miguel A. Nunez Jr. as Spider.
Okay, yeah.
John Philbin as Chuck. Jewel Shepard as Casey.
Okay, so Chuck and Casey. Chuck was the annoying, nerdy one. Casey was the one with the blue hair on the sides.
I liked her hair. She had the
multicolored
colored kind of red, pink, blue at the top. It was very, very cool.
She was the one who was like, I never liked you.
Yeah, our friend Tasia would love her hair.
Yeah.
Just because I know her, like, that's cool. I could do that better. And I agree. Brian Peck as Scuzz.
Fun.
Linnea Quigley as Trash, who is naked through this whole movie.
Yay! And she's the one that was actually in the rip-off movie about Sharknado, and it was actually called Clownnado.
No!
Yeah, came out in 2020, so it came out this year.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch it now. Mark Venturini as Suicide.
Yeah.
Jonathan Terry as Colonel Glover. Kathleen Cordell as Colonel's wife.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the Colonel's wife. Esther, whatever the fucking name was. Fucking Esther.
And Alan Trotman as Tarman. And he was well known for being part of the Muppets in the Jim Henson studio.
Really?
Well, if you can tell by his acting, the way he moved.
Yeah.
He's done motion, like, I think he was like in the big costumes before. So he knows his way around that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's the cast.
Fun. Okay. Interesting. Well, they did an okay job. There's, like I said, a lot of overacting. And you just kind of, I don't know. In this day and age, you just get a little sick of it. Like, it's just kind of like, ugh, okay, I understand, with all the overacting and stuff. But it's fine. Like, I don't know. You get kind of used to it. But, like, I know that we always talk about music, but the music in this show was so good. It was so funny.
Death rock and punk rock.
And punk rock.
I love the music.
It was so good. Yeah. It really was one of those movies where you feel like you're stepping into a 1980s movie.
Yeah.
Where the pop stuff in 1980s was fine. But this was so good. And so of the era.
And these were like goths before goth. This was pre-goth era.
Yes.
This was the punk rock era, the punk rock clothes. Suicide had the chains all over.
Yes.
From his ear to his lip was chain. His hairstyle. It was very 80s. It was very expression. Just to express how he was, and he was kind of bitching in the movie how no one gets. This is a lifestyle. This isn't a look. This is a lifestyle.
Yes.
And he totally lived it.
Yeah, for sure.
As Trash was grinding against him quite naked, he's just being a bitch. I'm
Yes.
like, dude, just. Why?
But she's something though. There's a few screws loose with her.
Hypersexual.
And
Word for her.
and I feel like he knew that, and he's like, "What are you doing? Stop!" Because I feel like this is not the first time that she's done this. Because they all kind of roll their eyes when she takes her clothes off. They're like, "Oh, there goes trash
She's
again."
getting naked again.
Yeah.
So back to Frey's jacket. So
right.
after realizing
Yes.
that the shot could not be used in case it was ever shown on TV, a second jacket was made that says television version and can be seen on the TV version of the movie.
Oh my god.
So there we go.
Huh.
That's funny. That is
Television version, just a straight up like middle finger. Oh my god. That's funny.
They did that with, similar with Demolition Man.
Really?
Because in the movie they had Taco Bell.
Okay.
Because that was the place to go for all the food restaurant. It won the fast food wars.
Okay.
And because in Canada and I think Europe, there was no Taco Bell as common,
Right.
they changed it to Pizza Hut.
Oh.
So they filmed the scenes of Taco Bell. They went and they changed them up to Pizza Hut. And you can see as they film, they mouth Taco Bell, but Pizza Hut comes out.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Should we get into the plot?
Let's do the plot.
So we start out with warehouse foreman Frank Johnson
Yes.
shows new hire Freddie Hanscom around the Unida Medical Supply warehouse in Louisville.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, this
Like the Unida, medical supply.
the resurrection,
Resurrection,
mortuary.
yeah.
This is a very
Tongue-in-cheek, yes.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%. It's very, like, on the nose, and you kind of, like, it's past the point of foreshadowing, where they're almost making fun at this point. Yes.
Yeah. Frank lets Freddie in on a secret that the film Night of the Living Dead was based on a true case.
Yeah.
So this right now it comes into what we're talking about the last few episodes, how come in a zombie movie they haven't seen zombies before. This is new. This is all what we do. With this movie, they know about zombies. There's been zombie movies.
Exactly.
This is different.
Yes.
And again, like we find out later on just how different it is.
Well, and it says right when the movie opens that, like, this is based on a true story, and it's real names, real places. And it's like, oh, okay, so you're pulling that card, all right.
This is Blair Witch all over again. Before Blair Witch.
Yes.
So The Night of the Living Dead was based on a true case in which an experimental U.S. Army chemical designated 2,4,5-trioxin resulted in the reanimation of the dead.
Yeah.
The incident was contained and covered up, but the chemical drums and the original zombies were shipped by Unida by mistake.
Yes.
Or to Unida by mistake. While showing the drums to Freddie, Frank accidentally ruptures one.
Mm-hmm.
And the gas caused them to lose consciousness. Upon awakening, they discover that several specimens have been reanimated, including a now aggressive human cadaver.
Right.
Frank calls his boss Bert Wilson for help, and they attempt to kill the cadaver by destroying his brain like in Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Only to discover that every part of the zombie can survive independently.
Right, which is...
So this is way different.
Yes, which is what I just talked about, where, like, it doesn't make sense.
Nope.
But here we are.
Bert proposes they incinerate the corpse at a nearby mortuary owned by his friend Ernie Kaltenbrunner.
Right.
And yeah, so it's establishes that basically the zombie, it's like here, it's like now.
Yes, exactly.
It's set for kind of real time, real, not fictional.
Yeah.
Movies are about zombies, and they're apparently based on an actual event.
Right.
Which, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. I like how they kind of did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With, the zombies from wherever. And, they've been down here for 14 years. And, yeah, it's, I don't know. Something else. And it's a different kind of concept. And how, when the canister breaks and sprays all over Kenny and, what's his face? I forget the guy's name. Frank. That actually turns him as well.
It does.
Which, so is it just the smoke or gas that makes
I
him
think it was the
sick,
gas.
or
Must have been it's zombie gas.
right?
Well, it's 2,4,5 tetroxin. That's the gas
Right.
that turns people into zombies and reanimates the dead.
But then why was the Tarman inside of it?
Because they're the zombies from the actual event.
Oh,
They
okay,
just threw
okay,
them
okay.
in these drums and stored them away and forgot about them.
Right.
And it's a cool effect. You see him as a zombie.
Yes.
He melts when the air comes in. He just kind of melts away. His skin smelts off.
Yep.
You see his bones. It's a cool effect.
Mm-hmm.
I like this little effect here. Meanwhile, Freddy's punk rock friends are killing time in a nearby cemetery as they wait for him to get off work.
Right.
Freddy's girlfriend Tina goes to the warehouse to look for him, only to be ambushed by the rotting corpse of the drum dubbed Tarman.
Tarman!
He's been entrenched in a terry substance. And this, when she first sees him, you get the Jaws effect.
Yes.
Where it kind of zooms in, but it also makes the background push away.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
It's from Jaws. It's 100%
Oh.
a Jaws effect. Because that's when the Kitchener boy gets
Right.
killed.
Yeah.
Chief Brody can see his look. Just to
Yes,
zoom
you're
in.
right. You're right.
Yeah, it's a cool effect. I like this little look they did for her.
Really good.
Yeah. Unable to run because she fell through the floor of the steps, which was real. They didn't tell her that they replaced the one
That would
step
be
with
scary.
the fake one. Yeah. She's supposed to run. She hobbled. Grabbing her butt.
And Tarman looks, I think, probably the best animated effect in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like his walk. He's very kind of.
Like, you can tell it's a trained guy who's trained to use, like, puppets and extremities and all that kind of stuff, right?
Like he has his arms back. He kind of walks like he's stiff. And
yes.
Very uncoordinated.
Yeah.
And he says brains,
Brains.
Brains.
Live brains.
And in the copy we have the zombie commentary.
Oh, I loved
which
it.
Explains what the zombies are thinking at the time.
I literally want to watch it again just to see
It'd be funny.
what they actually think, because that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It adds more humor to it.
Yes.
So if
Because
you ever
it's so
watch the
ridiculous.
If you ever watch the movie, throw on zombie subtitles. You will not regret it.
No, it's
so funny.
hilarious. It's like, oh, I lost my arm. Can anybody give me a hand? Like, there's so many puns. It's
she runs
so
to this
funny.
little closet, like, ooh, lunch in a box.
Yeah.
Just so corny.
Oh, look, I'm part of the chain gang, as he's like attaching the chains. Oh my god.
Tina locked herself in a closet, but the Tarman is undeterred and uses a winch in an effort to remove the closet door.
Yes.
At the mortuary, Ernie is convinced to burn the remains, but the chemical smoke creates acid rainfall that soaks into the soil and leads the punks to seek shelter in the warehouse. So during this, we got Trash doing a little dance around naked. They're all drinking, having fun, listening to music.
Right.
She's grinding on Suicide, who's having a little life crisis moment right now.
Yes.
And they get rained on. They're like, crap, we gotta get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Inside, they rescue Tina in the nick of time and set up a barricade to lock Tarman in the basement, but not before it kills Suicide.
Yes, they get down the stairs and then they see the doors to the little metal thing fly off, and Tina screams. And
Suicide's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, what? And he sees a sheet, and he pulls the sheet mound down, and Tarman's like, brrr, and does this big graphic bite on his head. And blah, 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 blah.
Numbs away, and everyone runs away.
And that's it.
The remaining punks escape but are split up when zombies rise from their graves and give chase.
Yes.
Tina, Spider, and Scuzz escape to the mortuary while Chuck and Casey retreat into the warehouse.
Yes.
Leaving Trash behind to be assumedly devoured.
Sorry.
Trash does succumb, satisfying her fantasy to be eaten alive by horrible old men.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, she's kind of laying there just, it'd be cool to be dead. Being killed would be the best thing ever.
What's the worst way somebody could go?
Yeah, being bitten away by a bunch of old men.
It's like, oh, okay. Do you need to talk to somebody, Trash? Like, who hurt you?
Yeah. At the mortuary, Frank and Freddy have grown increasingly ill from their exposure to the gas.
Yes.
When paramedics arrive, they find that the men show no vital signs despite still being conscious.
Yeah, they have no
So they're dead.
heartbeat,
They're
no
dead.
pulse, no, like they shouldn't be breathing.
Yeah, they're dead and they're shivering, and Frank keeps throwing up.
Yes.
Tina, Spider, and Scuzz join the group while the paramedics step outside to retrieve stretchers from the ambulance.
Yes.
Both the paramedics are ambushed and their brains devoured by zombies while the group inside the mortuary barricade themselves inside.
Brain.
Now this rig is funny.
Yes.
Paramedics are dead. A zombie goes onto the radio of the paramedics and says, "Send more paramedics."
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
And they do. More come, and they get ambushed and
Immediately.
eaten as well.
Yes. Yeah. So it's interesting how they have enough thought to like use the radio.
Yeah, it's like they retain their old memories, their own knowledge, experiences.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, unless you were like a paramedic, you wouldn't really know, oh, this is how I use this. Like, everybody could figure out a radio, but just to like the cognitive ability you'd need to have is just, I don't know, it's just a bit of a stretch for me. I think that's the part that I'm struggling with. It's like, again, it's a zombie movie, and I can appreciate that. But it's just, all of this is just a bit of a stretch, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah. Funny stretch.
Yeah. Scuzz is killed, protecting the barricade by a female zombie, which Ernie captures and interrogates. And I like this part.
Who do you work for? Who is your daddy and what does he do?
She cryptically explains that eating brains lessens the agony of decay.
Yes.
And I love the scene. How it got an animatronic body, it got, I think, the head kind of attached underneath someone's controlling the head.
Yes.
But, why do you do this? The pain, I can feel my body rot. Mm-hmm. Well, why brains? Brains take away the pain, and I basically right there explains everything.
Right.
Why the zombies want brain? Because they're rotting, there's constant agony, and their brains make them feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
So it takes away the pain. So it's a drug.
Right.
If you're in constant agony and eating marbles took away the pain, you would be popping marbles left, right, and center.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And unlike like the other zombie movies, they actually explain why.
Right.
And that's cool. Great.
Yeah.
We have a reason. That's well done.
Yeah, like I didn't hate it. I get it. I really like the explanation. I just like again, it's just like, why? Like in Warm Bodies, when they eat brains, it's like because they get the memories of the people of brains they're eating. It's like, okay, well that makes sense because memories are stored in the brain.
Yep.
But like, what about the brain ceases the pain? Like there's got to be something about it. You know what I mean? Like, why?
It does. It's magic. Wizard.
More wizards.
More wizards. With Frank... Oh, no. The zombies continue to surround the mortuary, killing several more paramedics and cops who wanted to help. And then...
Oh, that's such a good scene.
Another zombie comes in, send more cops.
Yeah. Yes.
It's just... And they keep doing it.
And they send like a whole fleet of cops.
Yes.
And then when they pull up, there's a zombie with like he almost has like he's like dressed as an airport guy or something.
Yeah, he's got the light, flashy light. There.
Yeah, he's got the flashy light. And then when all the cops pull up, then they're just ambushed. Oh, it's so funny.
It's pretty smart, the zombies.
Yeah.
With Frank and Freddy showing signs of becoming zombies themselves, Bert has them locked in the chapel.
Yes, Bert is like, enough of this because they are going to turn on us. Yeah. And Tina's so upset. She's like, no, you can't put them away. That's mean.
Tina stays with Freddy.
Yes.
Because she's a dumb girl. Who soon becomes a vicious zombie and attacks.
Right.
Tina is again rescued while Frank self-immolates in the crematorium. to avoid sharing Freddy's fate. We see him run off.
Yeah.
Like, where is Frank off to? He takes his ring off, has a quick prayer to God,
Yes.
my bad, and burns himself.
Jumps into the incinerator.
Bert and Spider escape to the warehouse, leaving Ernie and Tina behind to hide from a rampaging Freddy.
Ah!
Who, not Bert, Ernie throws
Yeah.
sulfuric acid in his face.
Are their names seriously Bert and Ernie?
Yeah.
Why did I just realize that?
I thought you knew.
I didn't!
Main character named Bert and Ernie, and
and...
the writer Dan O'Bannon did not realize there's a Sesame Street connection at all.
Really?
He just Bert and Ernie.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I did not pick up on that the whole time until just now.
Hey Bert, there's zombies coming after us, Bert. Ernie.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, yay.
A lot of brains
no.
on Sesame Street.
You're right.
Bert and the other punks in the warehouse manage to incapacitate the tar man, knock his head off,
Right.
and call the police for help. Only to learn that the zombies, including a reanimated Trash, are already proving too much for the police to handle.
Right.
And she's got this nice prosthetic on her face, where her mouth is open in a very inhuman angle.
Yes.
And just, it looks feral, and I love the look. And she's, again, still topless.
Yeah.
Like, she
For
is,
sure.
she is boobs free
Yeah. in
this movie.
That's fine.
Oh, they're nice. She's got a nice pair. I commend her. She's got some nice ones. Out of options, Bert calls a number stenciled on the tank and reaches Colonel Glover,
Yes.
who has been secretly searching for the missing barrels.
Yes.
Instead of sending help, Glover has the contaminated area destroyed by nuclear artillery.
Yes.
The blast kills both the survivors and zombies, but unbeknownst to Glover, it has also spread the contaminant.
Contaminant.
Thank you.
Yes.
Even farther, meaning the worst may be yet to come.
Worst
The
is
end.
yet to come.
This gets the old Resident Evil 3 ending,
Yeah.
where they basically nuke the entire city.
Exactly. Which, like, honestly, in these situations, I don't hate. I feel like, but what I was saying before is, like, I was interested in the sequel just because you can't really bring anybody back, right? Because all of the characters are dead except Tarman.
Well, Tarman, I forget how he comes back. 'Cause he has his head knocked off. But
Yeah.
at least Tarman.
Yeah.
How would you rate this movie, Alana?
I don't know, like a 2.53. Like it was fine.
Yeah.
Like it was funny. I enjoyed it. Some of the acting got a little like frustrating after a while.
A little rough
Yes.
with some of the acting.
Yes, which is fine. Like, but it's a nice 80s movie, and 80s movies, horror movies are my favorite. So, it's very with the times. I did enjoy it. It's just not one where it's like, oh my god, you want to see the best zombie movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I did,
it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah.
But like,
I think all of the Scuzz and
yes.
the nerdy guy were the worst of the actors.
Oh, Frank got really bad sometimes. And when he was
Yeah.
coughing after they woke up, like him and Kenny,
retching,
it's just
yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, oh, okay, what was that, sir?
Yeah.
What were you doing? But yeah, overall it was fine. Like, the music was good. The scenes were cool.
I love the music.
Yeah. Some of
Love the music.
some of the wide shots of the zombies, though, like if you look at some of the background zombies, it's
Yeah.
pretty rough.
How
about you?
A 3. Two,
Yeah,
two
okay,
and a half to 3.
fair.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You got a nice good bit of TNA. It's very, hey, boobs, watch this movie.
Like lots of horror movies. Yeah.
Yes. It's almost not where it's explicit,
Sure.
but it doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It adds to the era. It adds to their personality.
Sure.
She doesn't mind getting naked. Some of the effects are great.
Mm-hmm.
The animatronic zombie, old dead woman.
Yeah.
That was a great
She was
effect. You can tell it's obviously fake,
Right.
but it's just a good scene.
Yeah. I agree.
Tarman works. The music, I love the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like some like it's very picked perfectly for this movie.
I agree.
Acting wise,
Yeah.
hit and miss for some of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It's not the worst movie out there.
No, totally. Totally.
But, it's...
But not the best zombie movie. Like, it's not one that if people are like...
It's no Dawn of the Dead.
Yes. Like, give me a couple zombie movies that'll make me love the, genre. I wouldn't name this one.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Nothing wrong.
It takes a whole different approach, and it works. It
totally.
It works. And it
for
worked
what
well
it is, it's its very own... It's totally different than any of the ones we've watched.
And from what it does, it has its own sequels. It's got 4 sequels. It worked. Good for them.
Yeah.
And I can't say anything really too terribly bad. Check it out.
Definitely worth a watch.
You have to give it a watch.
Yeah.
Just for the comedic value, and for those who are scared of zombies, it's not that bad a movie.
No, not at all.
It really isn't. Nothing's too scary. Tarman's like the most scariest part of the movie, and he's in there for maybe 5 minutes.
Well, speaking of Tarman and scary scenes, what do you think Ichabod's Kill of the Flick should be?
I know she liked Tarman's. We took a big chomp out of
Suicide.
That
was a good scene. That was like that one and what the fuck's his name? Scuzz. Yeah, Scuzz. Yeah, those two were really good. But Suicide's was like really like you could see him like chomping and ripping a piece of like skull out. It was crazy.
And even the one paramedic.
Yes.
One the zombie, he's basically scooping out from his head the brains, which were calf brains.
Oh,
that
really?
The actors or the zombie actors had to eat. They didn't have to, but Dan O'Bannon, the director, said, "Here, I'll do it too, so it's not just you guys." And he did.
Ugh.
And some of the actors were like, "Okay." Now, did they swallow? I doubt it. But he probably just go, "Oh no, chomp, spit out after." But
yeah,
it's a good effect.
I didn't know. I thought it would be like jelly and
no, they use
bread food coloring.
Go reread the trivia on IMDb. It's calf brains.
Yeah. But I mean,
it looked great.
It looked good.
Great effect.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
But yeah, so Ichabod's Kill of the Flick was Tarman's munching on suicide and
very gross, but
very good.
Very good, yeah. And next week, I actually know which one we're watching. We're watching 28 Days Later, right?
Yes.
And I'm so excited for this. Like, so excited.
We're doing kind of like a roller coaster here. We got started low with the Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Then we got Dawn of the Dead. And now and again with Return of the Living Dead. And now back up to 28 Days Later.
So I've heard that this movie is super fucking scary.
Has its moments.
Okay, interesting.
It's got quite a few jump scares.
Okay. Because this was an early 2000s one, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters.
Interesting.
I loved it.
Okay.
Scared the crap out of me.
But
and again, this is where you can't really. It's classified as zombie, but it's not.
Okay.
It's just like super mutated rabies.
Okay, yeah, we've talked about this before on the last few episodes. Okay. Oh, it's fun. And the main character is like such a good actor. Like the guy from Peaky Blinders. I forget his name.
Yeah.
The English guy. But I'm so excited for next week.
And it's set in Britain somewhere.
Interesting. Okay. Because all of these ones that we've been watching have been American.
Yep.
Okay, I'm interested for what they're going to do. That'll be good.
So there's 20 Days Later, there's 28 Weeks Later, now there's talk of doing it 28 months later. So if that happens, great. Hopefully soon. If not, meh.
Well, I'm excited to weigh in on that
This is a good one. You'll like it.
Oh, well, I'm ready to like it. I'm ready for an exciting one.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us this week. This episode was brought to you by our executive producer, Ichabod. We hope you enjoyed your Horr-Gasm as much as we did. Please don't forget to rate, download, and subscribe. Also, like and follow us on Facebook at Horr-Gasm Podcast, Instagram at Horr-Gasm, Twitter at Gasm Horror, and YouTube at the Horr-Gasm Podcast. If you have a movie you'd like us to review, this is the best way to let us know. We hope to see you again next week because we have such sights to show you. Plenty of Horr-Gasms for your experience.